My God, I am angry coming on this podcast today. Also, could you say frustrated about this whole situation? I don't know. This is going to be one of those podcasts where no doubt I'm going to get a lot of hate. Here we go once again. Well, good hello again. Welcome back to the Mirror Army podcast on this lovely, bright and sunny Tuesday morning here in jolly old Northern Ireland. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. Hope you've all had a great weekend since I last spoke to you last Thursday. I get up this morning to record this podcast, wishing I had recorded this podcast last night instead and put it out last night instead of today. But obviously our schedule is Tuesdays and Thursdays due to what has been going on in the world over the last couple of days, especially last night, where I literally felt like ripping my TV off the wall in anger and throwing it against the wall because of a certain situation that is going on with these, how can I put it, numpties that are in this world right now. But I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Oh, what a weekend. Long weekend, actually, guys. Got quite a lot of things to talk about today on the podcast. I'll just be run by what I want to talk about today. I'm going to talk about Dad's health. If you haven't saw the new vlog that I put out yesterday, I've done a bit of an update on Dad's health, which we're going to talk about on the podcast today. If you don't know yet, guys, a few weeks ago, last month, about 6-7 weeks ago, maybe more, Dad had a small minor heart attack. Got some update on his health on that. I've got some questions that I want to answer today from you guys, especially over the last 24 hours after what we saw at the World Snooker Championships in Sheffield, which made me, I'm not a massive fan of snooker, guys, to be honest, but again, it's what happened, has been going on in this world over the last 3 years since COVID, and that's just my opinion on it. I'm going to talk about what happened there. We've got a couple of wee subjects we want to talk about that's floating around in the news. And obviously, City there, we're going to get into some of your questions too as well. And I don't know how long this podcast is going to last today because I'm running very short on time because I got a very, very busy day today on Tuesday, but I'm going to talk about as much as I can. But before we get into all the chit-chat here on the podcast, hello once again. If you're a regular listener to the Mirror Army podcast, welcome back for another episode. If you're new to the Mirror Army podcast for the first time, hello. Hope you're all keeping well out there on this Tuesday morning. If you want to get in touch for any future episodes of the Mirror Army podcast, whether it be a subject you'd like to hear me talk about, or you'd like to have a birthday shout out or something like that, anything at all, you want to get in touch with me here on the podcast, you can certainly do it by sending us an email, which is mirrorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Also, if you want to contact the program or myself, if you're a regular viewer even of our YouTube channel, which obviously this whole thing kicked off from the YouTube channel, don't forget to go and check out Mirror Army YouTube channel. Search Mirror Army and you'll find our channel on there. Well over nearly 2,500 videos on there over the last 7 years of YouTube. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're listening to us here today on TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Apple Music, or all the other sources. Don't forget to add us to your favourites, save us to your favourites, and if you're listening to us on the YouTube channel right now, don't forget to hit subscribe below as well. I would appreciate it. The old social media, which is Facebook, Mirror Army YouTube channel, Instagram, which is official Matthew Mirror myself, and if you want to get some merchandise for the program, the YouTube channel, or more, go back and watch all our videos, which is an RB hub for us to go to, and more, mirrorarmy.co.uk. It's mirrorarmy.co.uk. Guys, I'll start with I'll briefly let you know what I've been up to over the weekend there. It's been a pretty busy weekend, to be honest with you. We had 2 football matches on Saturday, which was kind of a hectic, busy day. What a game of football we were at on Saturday. Well, first of all, the 21s were playing in the morning against Ballyclare. They tanked them 8-1. Great performance from the young lads, who are currently sitting second in the table, a point behind the leaders with, get this, 4 games in hand. Fucking unbelievable. Those guys are a credible young team, and I'd love to see them go on and win that league, because they really have done well this season. Then I went on to the afternoon game, which was the first team. Jesus, man almighty. 5-4 victory over Newington, 3-0 down after 30 minutes, to come back to 3-2 on the stroke of half time, to come out in the first 4 minutes of the second half, to score another 2, and then add another one for a 5th, and then obviously Newington up and scored their 4th. But what a game, back and forward, guys. Want to go and check out all the highlights and interviews that I conducted with management team, players, all the inside match day stuff you see all behind the scenes with all the supporters and build up to the game and stuff that you don't see on the main highlights. Go to Welders TV on YouTube, guys. Please, if you're a big football fan, subscribe to that channel too as well. And also check out their website for all their latest news and stuff from the club, weldersfc.co.uk. You also see Lewis's photographs on there. As you all know, Lewis is my son's a photographer. He gets all his photographs. He also helps with the inside matchday footage. He got some incredible footage this past weekend from Pitside, so fair play to Lewis. But guys, what a great weekend. And I met a lot of new followers, young followers of the YouTube channel, who were at football games behind the stadium, who we saw, people who came along to the game on Saturday against Newington. So it was nice meeting all the new people from the who support the YouTube channel. Also, guys, the weekend, the Belfast Giants, who we go and watch our ice hockey team. As you all know, guys, by now we go to the ice hockey. We're season ticket holders. Completed the treble. They are Grand Slam champions. They won the playoffs the other night in grand style, beating our rivals Cardiff by 3-1 in Nottingham, which was fantastic. What a performance. Now, Lewis and I are back at the SSE Arena tomorrow night for the All-Star game, which features actually former Chelsea player, believe it or not, Petr Cech. We'll be there tomorrow night we'll be doing a vlog, and we'll have a good day out as well. So if you're at the hockey tomorrow night at the SSE in Belfast, don't forget to come and say hello. We would like to meet a lot of you guys, because we meet you all throughout the season anyway. So we'll be there tomorrow night at the SSE Arena. So the Giants are Triple Crown champions. Fantastic. So proud of the boys. They worked their ass off from coming from a goal down to go ahead and win the game. Played so well. I was kind of disappointed, because I was saying to Lewis about maybe going up to the airport to wish them well, or greet them, sorry, as they were coming off the plane. But we had no way of getting to the international airport in time to see them coming off. But it looks like they had an absolute fantastic time. So they did. They came off, and there was loads of Giants fans there meeting them. Hopefully now the trophies will be up there on. Well, tomorrow night we'll get to see all 3 trophies up close and personal, get our photographs taken with them, etc. Which I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So we're going to go a wee bit earlier and see if we can get in straight away and maybe see some trophies and whatever else. So be interesting to see. But no, I'm looking forward to getting up there tomorrow night, and fair play to the Giants. What a great season. Fantastic season for the Belfast Giants. Before we can get into the subject more, last night, guys, Liverpool last night against Leeds. Holy shit. Liverpool completely wiped the floor with Leeds last night. 6-1. Big shout out to my friend Adam, who's Lewis's barber. I've been friends with Adam about 10 years now. Sports Leeds. I was winding them up. I even gave him a shout out at the end of our match reaction video. Adam, if you're listening, I'm sorry, my friend. We whooped your ass last night at Allen Road 6-1. Great to see the boys back in form again. But Leeds are having a string of bad form as well. 2 heavy defeats at home, and as many maybe a week or so, is it? But hopefully this is Liverpool, hopefully progressing, hopefully trying to get into this top 4 to get European football next season. But anyway, guys, yes, it's been a busy weekend for us. It's been one of those weekends where it's just been non-stop. I've managed to squeeze a few vlogs out over the last few days. You want to go and check them out. They are available now on the YouTube channel. But let's get into some of the stuff that's been going on in the world, guys. Honest to God, it's a good thing these podcasts are unleashed now. I do get quite a lot of stick from people who mail me quite a lot on Facebook and Instagram and emails and all, calling me all these horrible things, and I just look at these fucking morons and just laugh at them. You know what I mean? We'll look at some of the messages actually, and just take everything so damn serious. And people were saying like, oh, you're swearing on your podcast too much. It's unleashed, guys. I can say whatever I want. I did give the listeners a vote over a couple of weeks period. What would you like to prefer to stick? Would you like me to stick with the family friendly on Tuesday and unleashed on Thursday, or would you like 2 family friendlies instead, or 2 unleashed? And 99.9% of you all voted for unleashed because I can be more myself, and a lot of you were, not a lot of you, a couple of you were coming in and saying like, oh no, you shouldn't be swearing on podcasts because if you swear on podcasts, it's offensive. Well then, if you're offended by what I say on this podcast, switch off. Anyway, come back to being a complete and total moron. I'm sitting here last night, guys, watching the Liverpool game with Lewis, and I just happened to lift my phone. I don't know why it was near half-time or whatever it was anyway, because before the game I was flicking through the channels and the snooker had come on the television, and I said to Lewis, oh look, there's the World Snooker Championships on. Lewis just looked at me and went, Dad, I'm not a big fan of snooker. I like playing pool with you and stuff, but I'm not a big fan of snooker. And I just looked down and went, right, okay Lewis, no problem. So I switched it back over to watch the game, whatever it was. But then I just seen this thing coming on. These fucking moron arsehole live on another planet, seriously need locked up, complete lefty woke arseholes. These oil protesters who fucking superglue themselves to roads, roadblocks, walk into galleries and throw £1 million galleries, like all these paintings, and throw paint over them outside Scotland Yard and throw paint all over it. And fucking, these people are completely mad. And in my opinion, these morons should be locked up in a padded fucking cell. And they've come out even more now since the COVID crap came around in 2020. It's like opened up their wee door for them to come out now and be easily offended and, oh, the world fucking spins around me. Well, what they done last night was absolutely fucking disgusting. In the middle of a snooker game, these 2 morons, a woman in her late 40s, should have more fucking sense than these. I was watching a wee clip on YouTube of Nigel Farage. Now, I'm not a big, massive fan of Nigel Farage, but he made a point. He says, these fucking clowns are being told from primary school that this is the way the world's going to be, and everything, if you drive a certain car, the world's going to fall down around you, and the world spins around you, and if it be a certain way, and all this bollocks. And then there's yesterday at this snooker championship, these morons, one of them actually managed to get through the security, jumps on top of the fucking table, opens up this orange powder and pours it all over himself on the table and starts screaming all this bullshit. Now, I'm sorry, but morons like that who superglue themselves to fucking roads, stand tied to the M25 in England, standing crying like Greta Thunberg and all those other fucking morons, which I've been talking about on this podcast for months, need to either be severely slapped across the face, told to wake the fuck up, stop being a snowflake and thinking the world spins around you, stop being so easily offended and crying and boo-hooing over everything, and just get on and live your life. These young ones especially, going around, like, seriously, getting themselves criminal records. I watched a news report, probably, I don't know when it was earlier, it was before I recorded this podcast today, of one of these fucking Looney Tunes being interviewed on GB News this afternoon, or this morning, sorry, whatever it was, saying that he's more concerned basically in his life than doing all this crap like tying himself to roads and lying across traffic and, you know, like the snooker competition, the racing, like the horse racing the other day where they ran across the fucking place where the horses jump over the hurdle. Like, what are these people? Are these people like sniffing shit or smoking or whatever the fuck it is? They're smoking what planet they live on. Like, seriously? This guy in GB News turned around and says, you know, all you type of people were saying, like, by 2018, the Maldives would be under the sea and there'd be no more oil within 10 years in 1973. It's 2023 and all this stuff's still here. So what makes us believe that what you're saying now is true? And this little moron started ranting on and saying, oh, but the thing... He's just a complete tool, in my opinion. And he says that his last thing of worrying about in life is gaining employment. Are you fucking serious, moron? Like, people like me and other people out there who are hard-working people pay their hard-earned taxes for little pricks like you to sit there and tie yourself to fucking lampposts like morons, or jump and ruin sporting events, or go around crying on social media like a boo-hoo crybaby because someone said something that hurt your feelings and made you feel so sad. Oh my goodness me, I've upset you. And I'm sure some of them are listening to me right now and they're probably going to be emailing me now. Oh my God, I gotta get the email out. The email have been telling me how horrible of a person he is. Listen, morons, get yourself a life. Honestly, you need to wise up. Life is for living, not for going around acting like complete and total tools. The way and what Nigel Farage says nowadays is true. They're pumping people's heads now full of all this bullshit from primary school level. And even my kids are coming in sometimes to me at the minute and saying these certain things, this woke bullshit. And I'm saying, no. Kiddies, you live your life the way you've been brought up, to live your life to the fullest. Enjoy it. Be your own person. Don't let any of these fucking woke tards come up to you and saying, oh, what you said offended me. I'm going to report you now to the... Like, that fucking moron I got the other week who emailed me the other week, who said to me that they were going to go everything in their power to try and cancel my YouTube channel and cancel my podcast. They said, this is how stupid they were. They said they were going to email, like, Liverpool Football Club and tell them not to let me vlog at the ground or inside anymore because my videos are inappropriate for YouTube, a match day vlog. They also said they're going to email all the places where I locally vlog in for... This is what this clown actually said. For example, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Asda, all these big supermarket chains, my local supermarket and shopping centre, they're going to email to as well and get permission to stop me from vlogging. They're also going to contact local councils and try and get me stopped because they don't like my YouTube channel. These fucking morons are completely screwed to the moon. Like, and I was talking to a friend of mine the other week, and another lady I was talking to in one of the local shops recently as well, and she says, and I agree with every one of them, these ones are going around looking, and I'm saying this, and I hope you are listening loud and clear, clean out your ears, you know what I mean? If any of you are listening now, you are looking to be offended. And when I saw this at the snooker event yesterday, I'm looking at that and going, these motherfuckers need to be locked up. They're mad, completely wired to the moon. I seen this yesterday and I'm looking at that and going, oh my God, seriously, these people are completely on another planet. Like, see if that was my son doing that. I think he came out the day he's a student or something like that. I'd whoop, even though he's a man, I'd whoop his ass for and being an embarrassment to our family. Like, why can't people just let other people live their lives? Okay, everybody's got an opinion. Freedom of speech not there. But see now, as day by day goes on, everybody's freedom of speech is being taken away because everything's too offensive now and you can't post certain things on social media because it hurts people's feelings. And the social media police are out and the grammar police are out in force. PC brigade, I call them. They're always... I could go on about this all day, but when I saw that last night at that snooker competition at Snooker Championship in Sheffield, it made me sick to my stomach. These morons. I mean, I've seen video, and here's the worst about it, right? Give you an example. A couple of months ago, I saw this in, I think it was London. I'm not honestly sure. A crowd of them all sitting across the road, blocking traffic, right? And because these people were getting out of their cars and dragging them across the road to get them out of the way so people could actually get to, even let an ambulance through. A man in the back of that fucking ambulance just had a heart attack that could be dying. And these clowns are lying across the road going, like morons. And because these guys got out of their cars and dragged them across the road, they were slated for being, what was it, the term that they used? I can't even remember now. But they were being like offensive and hurting their feelings and, oh, they're so, you dragged us away. Hello? We're just trying to get the fucking work. We're trying to get down a normal road which we pay tax to drive our car on every single year, while you clowns are lying across the front of the road protesting over some stupid snowflake bullshit like oil protesting and all this other crap. Well, they're protesting about all the oil. Okay, that's one of the main ones. But they don't understand that oil makes things that they use every fucking day. These people are just completely, I don't even know what to call them. They're just wired to the moon. Again, I could go on about this all day, but when I saw this last night, I just looked at it and went, I can't. These people need locked up. The British government and the UK government, and even there's ones down south as well, protesting over nonsense as well. The governments need to lock down on these clowns and say, right, you want to be a moron? No problem. Lock them up. That's it. But if that was me or you listening to this podcast, you have an ounce of sense between your ears. Oh, fuck, maybe we'll be locked up for jail. We'll be jailed. But these morons are going to go out because they have little mummies and daddies who are friends and rich, but it's all mostly these grammar university types, these fucking morons who are running around thinking they're better than everybody, who have mummy and daddy who have connections, who are friends with the local police officer or friends with the local judge or friends with the local MP, who's going to get them a wee smack in the wrist and they'll be sent down the road. But if it was little Joe Blogs like me or anybody else with an ounce of whip between their ears, oh fuck, maybe we'll be locked up. All over the papers, all over the news, this person's atrocious and he should be ashamed of himself. These people just live on another planet. And I'm sick to death of watching this and saying nothing about it. You know what I mean? And this is why I love this podcast, because I can get this off my chest, and it really frustrates the absolute hell out of me. And even when I meet people in public now, I've actually met people in public who are these clowns, and they're like, we don't like what you have to say. And I go, well, if you don't like what I fucking say, don't watch my videos, don't listen to my podcast, switch off, go away. Or are you looking for me you can probably go through this podcast and snip it and put it out in fucking Twitter, which is full of another platform that I haven't been on for a long time because of all these crazy live in their mum's bedroom or still live with their parents at 45 years of age who are like completely wired to the moon and are on more medication than enough, and they don't know what day it is half the time because they think the world spins around them and they're just better than everybody else. These clowns. It must be nice when I say that. It just baffles me. And again, most of these news channels, funny enough, and some of them I'm actually quite surprised to hear from some of them have actually all said the same thing. These people need to be dealt with now. It needs to stop. And see all this political bullshit, this PC diverse bullshit they're going around saying you can't say this and you can't say that and you can't go here and this offends. Like for example in football now, they're not even using man of the match anymore, they're using player of the match because it offends the fucking snowflakes. Hello? Like in women's football, it's women of the match. That's what I would call it, women of the match, but now it's player of the match. It's not man of the match anymore, it's player of the match. Because people are complaining now. Everything's offensive. Well, I can tell you what you can do with your oil protesting and all your fucking super gluing yourself to your road and ruining sporting events, like almost killing people at that horse racing event the other day and all that bullshit. Even that you heard the people in that hall or arena shouting at those fuckers, get off the stage, get off there now, you motherfucker. Screaming at them like bad language and everything too. And for these people who, and I'm sure some of them are probably listening to me right now, do yourself a favour. Wake up. Stop being such a fucking snowflake. Get up and live your life and go and listen. If anybody annoys you or offends you, if you watch something on TV you don't like or something you see on social media you don't like, scroll by. Move on. Don't get involved. Just go and live your life. Be happy. Go and spend time with your family. Even this is another thing I forgot to talk about there a second ago when I was talking about that guy I saw being interviewed on GB News. He even turned around and said he doesn't even want to have children because of this. In fact, I'll actually find exactly what his term was he said here. This is what he said here. Stop having children on moral grounds. He says eco-activists who disrupt snooker exposed a 25-year-old student who told GB News he opposes having children on moral grounds and employment is his last option of life right now. Now, there's people out there who can't get jobs. There's people out there who work hard all their life and pay their tax. And there's fucking morons like him who us, the taxpayer, are paying for to sit on a fucking road, super glued to it more likely, or stand on top of a big bollard bridge thing on the M25 in England screaming and shouting at people. Stand in front of trains, stand in front of lorries, you know, all these people are just, and they're still walking around with their fucking masks on in public like morons and clowns. The sheep. Here comes the sheep. Like, this guy should be stopped and told, right, you know what, you said you don't want to work, right, all your benefits stopped, you're getting fuck all until you get a job. That's my opinion on it all, but that's just me. But that guys, that thing at that snooker event last night really it pushed my final button. It really, really did. I've just had enough of these people. And I get messages from some people like that all the time. We're offended by what you have to say. We're never going to watch your YouTube channel again. We're never going to watch or listen to your podcast again. And I'm going to lose sleep over that. Am I going to cry and boo-hoo and sit and cry now and go, oh my God, my life's over. One person does not want to listen to me anymore. And one person doesn't want to watch me. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, I'm gonna have a breakdown now because this one person doesn't like me. Because really, off you go. You don't like it? Off you go. Bye bye. See you later. I've been saying this for a while now, but anyway, I'm gonna close this up on this now. These guys, seriously, a couple of you have been actually emailing me about this, and I've got some of your emails that I'm going to actually read out here shortly. But I'm going to get through here quickly, guys, to another wee story here, which is interesting. A lot of people, Brooke and Lewis brought this to my attention first of all, and I was kind of like, this is something you've probably seen on flipping TikTok or something you saw on Instagram or YouTube, and it's a load of nonsense. And no, honestly, apparently, guys, on the, what date is it again that says here? I can't even remember what date it is. I'm trying to look it up here now as I'm talking to you. Sunday the 23rd of this month. Apparently this Sunday they're going to be releasing this sound or this notification to everybody's phone. So they are. It's the line with the government and the emergency service and warning the public about potential life-threatening situations in your area. Government have more time to send out stupid signals and sounds to your phones than actually going out and beating crime. For example, people going around at the minute, this thing going over all over England at the minute, and down south in the Republic of Ireland, and over here now with all these ones coming off the dinkies, going around carrying swords, cutting people. I seen a thing on the news last night. They were saying about bringing in these banning these laws. Some young girl was on there talking from London about her son being stabbed to death, and the gang was running around saying that they're calling it a Rambo knife. Like a fucking Rambo. What is going on with this world? They should be out there tackling real crimes, and these corrupt police officers are out there too as well who are committing more crimes. Like I saw one today there this morning where an officer was taking photographs of dead people at like sudden deaths and events where people like for example, some member of your family dropped dead, and this police officer's out taking fucking photographs of the dead body and sending it to all his mates on WhatsApp. Like, what the fuck? Like, proper criminals out there causing problems. And all right too as well, young gangs, especially in this country, young gangs are going around thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want now because they get away with murder. In my day, if you were involved in a gang and you were out causing trouble like some of them do nowadays, holy crap, you were sent to either a youth juvenile centre, or if you were 18, you were sent to fucking jail. Nowadays, they're standing outside courts, backlogged with them all standing there, and all they get is a smack in the wrist or a wee fine, do 2 or 3 couple of days of community service, and away they go home. The law in this country, UK, Ireland, wherever it is, the law needs to be more strict. And they were concentrating more now on doing these alarm things on your phone on Sunday. To track, do you think this is a way for them to try to track where you are and who you are? And it's like the time during COVID to try to get you to download the NHS Track and Trace app, which we never downloaded, by the way, because they wanted to know where you were. People were getting notifications of saying, "Oh, you have to isolate now because people in your street have COVID," when nobody near them had fucking COVID. And how did that app go? It went down the tubes, wasting money, wasting millions and billions of pounds again. But apparently, and this is what it's saying, the point I'm trying to make here on this here obviously is about that alarm going off, but it's saying here now that apparently UK drivers risk a £1,000 fine this month when the alarm was set off the mobile phones. What they're saying is, on busy carriageways, okay, Sunday, it's a weekend, but there's still a lot of Sunday drivers out there with families and stuff like that there, and people are always out doing day trips and all, and if their phones go off and they're trying to hit the phone, it's distracting them. And say a police officer sees you sitting playing on your phone and they catch you and they pull you over, they give you a fine for playing on your mobile phone while you're driving your car. That's the point they're trying to make. But it's just when I read these here and I see these things come up on Sunday, I even said to Brooke the other day, I just keep my phone turned off on Monday or Sunday and just ignore everybody. And she was like, that's a good point, Daddy, actually, yeah. But I don't know. Guys, let me know what you think about this thing. I'll talk about it again on Thursday's podcast. What do you think about this whole alarm thing going off on your phone on Sunday? And I don't know. I really, 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 really don't know. Another wee thing here popped up as well, which is quite an interesting wee read today. Before I come on the program here today, was Morgan Freeman's in the news today. Legendary actor in my opinion, has an absolutely amazing voice. I love his movies. He's a great actor. But he's come out in a recent thing here. It was actually released, I think it was early this morning. Morgan Freeman has branded Black History Month as an insult in a rare recent intervention. I'll read out some of this wee article for you here. Now, I have a few friends who I know for a long time who are black. Obviously, I've got friends who are from different parts of the world. I have Filipino friends. I have friends from Spain. I've got friends from Portugal. I've got friends from everywhere. I have American friends as well. But Morgan Freeman has come out there recently, and I don't even know why you would say he's even having a dig at this Black History Month that the US always seem to do all the time. And I'll read this out to you and let me know what you think about this. Morgan Freeman has branded Black History Month as an insult, as he suggested the annual event relegates his heritage to just 4 weeks. Freeman, who's now 85, holy shit, he's 85 now, made the rare intervention about the race during an interview with the Sunday Times yesterday. So he actually did this yesterday. He says, Black History Month is an insult. You're going to relegate my history to 1 month only. It says here, Freeman, who also appeared as Nelson Mandela in the Clint Eastwood's 2000 Invictus, that was a great movie actually in 2009, Invictus, also challenged the use of the term African American. This is getting on tready waters here. He added, also African American is an insult and I don't subscribe to that title. Black people have different titles all the way back to the N word, which I think is a horrible word that's just a terrible word to use. And I do not know how these things get such a grip, but everyone uses African American. What does it really mean? He says most black people in this part of the world are. What's the word he used? I don't know. Can't even pronounce that word. Was it more? I don't even pronounce that word. As you say in Africa, if it's a country when it's condemned like Europe, he goes on here to say as well that he is very, very offended by this Black History Month, and it's observed in October in the United Kingdom as well, and in February in the United States. He's on here to talk about presidents, the first black president as well of the United States, and also says that he does not believe in Black History Month at all. And he also goes on here in the article, from what I can see here as well, to say that the term African American is not a term that he goes by. So there you go. Morgan Freeman in the news. I mean, there's obviously a lot of things going on at the minute about, Black history and things like that there, and then obviously go back to the whole COVID thing again. I think whenever COVID hit, the world just went bloody mental. The whole BLM movement and stuff like that there, and I have my opinion on that there as well, which I think I've talked about it in early episodes here on the podcast, but to hear such an iconic figure like Morgan Freeman come out and say that, you know what I mean? It's such a big, big, big thing to hear. But there you go, Morgan Freeman in the news today saying he doesn't term himself as he just basically, for what I can read here at the end of this article, he says he's basically just known as a black man. So, but again, a lot of people are commenting on it and stuff like that there, and I was reading it on Facebook as well. One of the other big news places posted it. I just searched it up on Facebook, and there was a lot of people coming in, from all different walks of life and races and stuff like that there, were having their opinion on it all. And there's some black people even commenting on it as well, saying they agree with him. Obviously, a lot of people are coming in and saying they don't agree with him. But he does make a point, though, about the N word, which I think is a disgusting word to use for anybody. It's just a racist term, and it's horrible. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, guys, I've said this many times in the podcast, I don't care what walk of life you come from. At the end of the day, we should all live how we want to live. Whether you're a black man, a white man, Chinese, where you're Spanish, German, Italian, wherever race you are, what colour you are, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you live your own life. You obviously respect other people. If they respect you, then you respect them back. It's all about living as one in this world. And at the end of the day, obviously people have other views of it, whether there's a lot of hate out in this world, especially nowadays. There's a lot of hate in this world, and it really does annoy me sometimes when I see things like that. Okay, yes, I'm no angel myself. I mean, I've said things before, to certain people. I've had rows with people, arguments with people. I've had fights with different people. You know what I mean? As I said to you before, I've got friends from all around, all different walks of life, different backgrounds. I mean, I have a friend of mine who is married to a girl, I think she's from Africa, or is it Nigeria she's from? My friend Roy from school, and they're married. God, how long are they married now? 14, 15 years, maybe more. And Roy got a lot of criticism whenever he first was dating this girl. What was her name? Her name's Precious, for what I remember. Precious, her name is. Haven't seen Roy now since way before COVID. Actually texted him the other night there to see if we can maybe get a meet up again. But yeah, a lot of people were saying like, oh no, that's not going to work, blah blah blah. Listen, see, at the end of the day, guys, no matter where you're from, who you are, if treat people the way you expect to be treated yourself. And you see a lot of mixed marriages and all too as well, and people have past remarks of it and stuff like that. The older generation sort of go, listen, you fall in love with someone no matter where they are, who they are, what they're from, it's fine. But the way the world is at the minute, the way it's so fucked up as well, people are so past remarkable now. And at the end of the day, the way I bring my kids up today in this world is, the respect of other people, no matter where they come from, what type of walk of life they are. But again, you get these ones that are coming in and they're like saying, oh, you got to believe in this and you got to believe in that. And you got to... No, listen. Everybody just lives their life the way they want to live their life. I bring my kids up not to be racist, not to be hateful people. Just try and live their life. If they want to live in their own wee quiet bubble and live their own wee quiet life like I do most of the time, that's completely fine. As long as they're respectful towards their elders and everything else, that is grand with me. But reading that there from such an iconic figure of Morgan Freeman, he doesn't go by the term of African American. He doesn't believe in Black History Month. That's his opinion. And again, a lot of people have been back and forward on social media over the last, since I read it this morning, even from yesterday when it was first announced, they first brought out the story. A lot of people agree with it, a lot of people don't. So, but I just thought I'd bring it up because, he's such an iconic figure in the world, and to see him say that is, kind of iconic. Anyway, guys, I want to go into a couple of your wee questions here because a lot of you were sending me questions. I mean, I'll probably cut this short today, this one. Because obviously what's been going on and stuff like that there. And I'm going to make, obviously, Thursday's podcast be a bit longer. I've got some stuff I want to talk about in Thursday's podcast. But before I go into your questions, guys, I did say at the start of this, I was going to give you a bit of an update on Dad. Last Friday, guys, now as you all know, Dad had a heart attack, as I said there a few weeks ago, and he had 2 stents put in his heart. His arteries cleared out. He had 2 stents put in. The surgery was a success. It was amazing how they done it. They went in through his arm, down through his wrist, and up into his arm and put the stents in. Dad's recovering really, really well. You saw him pop in a couple of wee times on the vlog and stuff like that there. But last Friday was supposed to be his checkup to find out how the stents had settled in and how he was doing and etc, etc. But they did say to him, there's a possibility they may have to put another one in. So, Dad's obviously prepared himself for this on Friday. And he was at the hospital on Friday morning, 7:30 in the morning appointment. What a time to go to the hospital in the morning. He got to the hospital and they done all this necessary scans, checked him over. He said he was doing really well. He was telling them he has lost weight. He was smoking like 30 cigarettes a day down to like maybe 2, 3. He's doing so well. He's out doing some walks every day. He's more active than what he was, and he'll be the first to admit to you, he did let himself go. You know what I mean? His breathing was atrocious too as well. I was worried about him, and he is doing a lot better. So he is. So he went to the hospital on Friday, and they said to him, look, Mr. Moore, just to be double sure, I think we're just going to maybe slide another wee stent in there just to be safe, but obviously just in case, but you'll be fine. So Dad's like, yeah, work away. I don't give a shit, work away. So they put it in, and he was home by the afternoon. It's amazing what they do now, guys, when they put stents in. They put it in through your wrist, up through your arm, and down into your chest, which is incredible the way they do it now. So it is. But he done it, and he's got it in, and he was home. He actually, I seen him on Friday afterwards, and he was in great spirits, and he was doing really, really well. And he's been resting up the last few days. And then yesterday, if you want to go and check out the vlog on my YouTube channel, you'll see him. We were all having a joke and a laugh yesterday because Dad was just being Dad again. We were around seeing Mum and Dad yesterday. Tony stuck his head through the door as well in there too. So done a bit of a vlog. Not much, but it lasts about 12 minutes or something like that there. So you see Dad in it and you hear Dad talking and stuff like that there about bits and bobs. I crack a joke with him, and we're laughing and joking, and it's good to see him laughing again. And Mum and Tony were laughing over stupid videos on YouTube, and we had a pretty good day. So at the moment, Dad's doing really, really well, guys. He's recovering well. He is in good spirits, and if he keeps doing what he's doing and he keeps looking after himself, he will be here for another long, long time, which I don't want to be losing my dad anytime fucking soon, to be honest with you. Nobody wants to lose their parent. Eventually it does happen someday, but not too soon for me, because Dad's only 64, and I don't fancy losing him anytime soon. Or 63. 64. 1959. So yeah, he's in good spirits, guys. I just thought before we went to the questions today, I'd give you that update on him. He is doing really, really, really good. So again, he's so grateful for all your messages and all your stuff that you've been sending on social media about him, asking about him and stuff. So guys, really appreciate all your support. And again, from yesterday, since I put the vlog up last night, some of you have been mailing me again, and I'll obviously let him know, because I'm going to probably see him, what day we're on today, Tuesday. I'll probably see him before Thursday, so I'll obviously let him know again. You were all asking about him again. So he's doing really well, guys. He's in good spirits. Been on a few weeks again before we get him fully back to his normal self, but Dad comes from that generation. He thinks sometimes that, you know, because he's had this done to him and all now, he has to like slow way down more and all now, and they're like, Dad, no, it's grand, you'll be fine. Me and him and Mum are going away on a wee break coming up at the end of June, and he thought he couldn't fly on a plane, and the doctor told him, hell yeah, you'll be fine, you'll be one of the safest people on the plane, you get stents in, you get medication, you're grand. You're only on a 20-minute flight, so don't worry about it. Mum, she's fucking torturing the life out of him, robbing him in cotton wool, and I keep saying to her, Mum, you can't keep robbing him in cotton wool. He has to live his life. He can't be sitting around all the time now. You know, if anything, this is a motivation for him to go out and live his life more, for God's sake. You know what I mean? It's just, I know it would be a motivational thing for me personally, because, you know, I have friends who've had parents who've had heart attacks and cancer and everything else, and that's give their parents or friends or relatives motivation to literally get up and say, right, that's it. This is just a warning. I want to live my life to the fullest before I pass on to the other side. So, but no, and all Mum's just Mum. She thinks Dad's like, Mum's comes from a generation whenever you get to 60, you're ready for the fucking knackers yard, and you have to sign you in, and you have to be scrap metal, basically. You're an old age pensioner. You know, I've said this many a time before to recent people as well, recently in conversations, saying like, you know, listen, see, at the end of the day, 30, 40 years ago when you turned 60, you were classed as an OAP, and you look at 60-year-olds back in, the 70s and the 80s compared to now. 60-year-olds nowadays look like fucking 40-year-olds. And that's true. But in all seriousness though, Dad's doing well, and obviously I want to thank you once again for all your messages. It really does mean a lot to me. Right, guys, let's get into some of your messages. I'll start off with Instagram, and then I'll jump into the email. Now, on Instagram, my Instagram last name official Matthew Murray posted the video of that fucking clown jumping up on top of that snooker table and pouring all that orange crap all over the top of him. Oh, unbelievable. But some of you were replying to it quite a lot, and I've picked out 2 messages here from my Instagram from you before I go into the emails. This one here is from Callum, who sent it to me on Instagram last night. Says, hi Matthew, love the videos, by the way, been watching for a few years now, since 2018. Thank you, Colin, I appreciate it. Or somewhere around that Okay, thank you again. My thoughts about this are it's ridiculous that people do stuff like this, especially at events which people have paid their hard-earned money to go into, and their experience is ruined by such an idiotic act. It's similar to the same protest they did when they glued themselves to motorways or other major roads, blocking people just trying to get to work, people trying to get home, ambulances and trying to save people's lives. They may have a good message behind them. Well, in my opinion, I don't agree with that, to be honest with you, Callum. But the methods they use are so impractical and borderline illegal, disrupting people trying to live their lives and minding their own business. They all need a good locking up, and the police and the government really need to crack down on these idiots already. And that was from, let's have a look, it's _Callum04. On Instagram. Callum, I said about it in the middle of the podcast, they're fucking glue bags, they're wired to the moon, they're just complete morons, and they do need to be locked up. I completely agree with you 100%. They are absolute idiots. I want to hear from Kieran Gilmartin as well on Instagram about this matter, saying these idiots should be locked up and hopefully is right now. When are they going to stop? No one is listening, so why carry on with this crap? And that was from Kieran in Sligo. Hello Kieran, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Yes, I agree. They should be locked up. Morons. Absolute morons. So they are. Right, let's get into our Instagram one here from Foxy Gilmore on Instagram. Foxy Gilmore? Interesting. Hello, Matthew. Just wanted to give you a wee quick message for your Tuesday podcast. Absolutely love the podcast, especially now that you have more freedom on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Great. Just wanted to give you a wee shout out for all the good work you've done on YouTube over the last couple of years. I came across your channel during lockdown and could not believe how many videos it took me to go back and watch you from the very start. As the years have went by, your videos have got better and better and better, and I look forward to more over the summer months with the kids. Your summer videos seem to be better and more exciting because you and the kids are out doing more. For example, traveling the country, seeing new things, going on summer holidays, etc. and more. Absolutely love it. Myself and my partner are looking forward to your summer videos this year, wondering what the hell yous are going to be up to this year. You have announced last week that you and Lewis are heading to London. We are just on the outskirts of London, and hopefully one day would love to run into you in person because you seem like a lovely family and love watching all your videos every time they are posted. Take care of yourself, enjoy the podcast, hope this gets to you and reaches for Tuesday's podcast. Take care. Well, there you go, Foxy Gilmore. Thank you very much for that, I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people found us during lockdown. A lot of people did. Some people sort of drift off and then come back and then drift off and come back again. But no, it's nice to hear from people. So it is. But yeah, thanks for your message. I do appreciate it. You're from the outskirts of London. Well, me and Lewis are heading to London twice this year. We got loads of plans for the summer, guys. Road trips, beaches, holidays, summer holidays, London twice. Just loads of stuff planned over the summer, guys. We've got loads of great vlogs coming up very, 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 very soon. So stay tuned for that coming up over the next few weeks. Oh, before we go any further today, I want to give a big shout out to a friend of mine and my brother's, one of my brother's best friends since he was a kid, Kenny. He is celebrating his 33rd birthday today. Kenny, who you've seen in my vlogs a couple of times over the years, like Halloween parties, he came dressed as the crazy clown with the big machete sword and all that time at the Halloween party a load of years ago. He's popped up on a couple of vlogs whenever I've been out and about and stuff like that there. So yeah, it's his 33rd birthday today, so I want to give a wee shout out to Kenny on his 33rd birthday today. So happy birthday to you. You're getting old, like your brother, like my brother, sorry, and me. We're all getting old. So I've known Kenny since he was, Jesus Christ, I can't even remember what age he was. I've known Kenny about 25 years, maybe more. I can't remember how long I've known that kid. But yeah, it's his 33rd birthday today. So a big shout out to Kenny on his 33rd birthday. So there you go. Right, let's get in here now to some of your Facebook messages. I've done Facebook messages for a while here in the podcast. Let's have a wee Jeffy joke here and see. Right, I've got one here from Timothy. Timothy actually sent me this last night. it's about the protesters again. Should I really read this again? Because most of his podcast has been dedicated to these fucking protesting window lickers. I'll read it anyway. Hi Matthew, just saw your post on Instagram about the protesters at the snooker match. Myself and my dad are massive snooker fans, and I play locally in my local hall here in Grimsby. Okay. My dad and I were disgusted by the actions of this clown stroke lunatic at the World Championships in Sheffield. My dad and myself have tickets for later on to go to the tournament later on in the later rounds, and we are hoping that there's no more actions like this at the event. We are disgusted by these clowns who think that the world spins around them. I totally agree with you, and we hope that nothing like this continues on. If me and my dad were at that game yesterday, well, obviously it's tonight, he said, but it's not yesterday, my dad would have probably ran down and grabbed him by the scruff and threw him out the door like the security guards. Brilliant, Timothy. Oh dear. Anyway, love the podcast, love the videos, keep up the good work. Timothy from Grimsby. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Oh, I could just picture that. His dad running down, grabbing him by the scruff. You know, a lot of people were really pissed off in the crowd. If you watched the video, actually, guys, I posted it on my Instagram. Thanks, Timothy, for that. I appreciate it. Let's get on to one more here now. So, right, one here from Jack on Facebook. Jack says, "Hi, Matthew. Just wanted to give you a wee quick message to say hi. Wanted to ask you how your dad's doing. Saw your recent videos about your dad. Just wanted to see." Man, look at the day of this message. Actually, he sent me it 4 days ago. So, obviously, I've want to get around to seeing it now. Obviously, Jack's probably seen the video that I put out yesterday, but I'll continue reading this message anyway. "Love your dad. Your dad is so funny, especially with his quick wit. I've noticed in the early videos how much your dad likes to swear. Hence why now, it's been a nightmare for yourself having to edit the videos, especially with your dad saying the F word quite a bit." That is true, because YouTube only let you swear so much now in your vlogs, so every time dad swears I have to cut it out. It makes my life a fucking nightmare sometimes, to be honest. Hey ho. Anyway, he says, "I love." It's true. He goes on here to say, "Your dad's an absolute legend. Hope he's fine. Hope he's keeping well. And I hope to meet you all one day in person. Keep up the good work." And that is a message from Jack. So thank you, Jack. I do appreciate it. Right, let's go on to the email. Let's read one email before I head down the road, because I got to go. Because as I said to you guys at the start of this podcast, I have a very busy day today. I might even get this posted until later on in the afternoon. What a fucking nightmare. Right, let's go in here and have a look here and see who is emailing me today. Lewis, not my Lewis, 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 Lewis Thompson has sent me an email. Lewis Thompson says, "Hi Matthew, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. Hope your dad's keeping well, and I hope your family's keeping well." Thank you, I appreciate that, Lewis. Just wanted to ask you a quick question. How long have you supported Liverpool for? Have you supported them all your life since you were a little boy, or since a certain period of your life? I'm an Everton supporter. Ho ho! And I am only 19 years of age. I've supported Everton since I can remember, since my dad first put me down in front of an Everton game. God love you, poor child supporting Everton. I'm only kidding. As a Liverpool fan, what is your thoughts on Everton's new stadium at the Bramley Moor Dock in Liverpool opening up next year? My views on your new stand at Anfield: it looks incredible. I've always wanted to go to an Everton game, but unfortunately Dad can never get tickets for the Everton game. I see you've been to Goodison Park for a tour in some of your vlogs, and also a Liverpool Merseyside derby as well. Thanks for taking the time to read my email. Take care. All the best. Well, my thoughts on Everton's ground. Everton's new ground looks absolutely incredible. Lewis and I went past it a few months ago on the boat, and it was only like the early stages of it. There's a guy I watch on YouTube called Mr. Drone, and there's another guy as well, I can't remember his name. He does regular updates of Everton's ground, and I'll tell you what, Everton's ground is going to look incredible. I think it's a 50,000 seater stadium right down the Bramley Moor Dock. It looks amazing. So it does, and fair play to Everton for getting it done. It looks amazing, and I cannot wait to see it opening up, and the first Merseyside derby and all to be there too as well. So yes, God love you as a poor child supporting Everton, but hey ho, someone has to support them. I'm only joking. Our new stand's looking really, really good too as well. Last time I seen it in person was the Real Madrid game a few weeks ago. But they're starting to put the seats in now, and it will be ready for next season, so it's looking really, really good. But I have supported Liverpool all my life since I was no age. The story you probably know if you've watched my vlogs, whatever, is when I was a kid, Dad couldn't get, not that Dad couldn't get tickets, Dad couldn't afford to take me to Liverpool back in the day because obviously Dad was working so much. He was he was only one in the household working. My mum stayed at home looking after the kids and stuff, and Dad, number one, didn't have time, and he couldn't afford to take us to Liverpool games. Hence why when Dad turned 60, if you go back and watch the vlog from when I took Dad to his first Liverpool game against Watford, you see him a few days before when I handed him the tickets for the plane and for the match. He got quite a little bit choked up about it all because he'd never been before and he always wanted to go. And for his 60th birthday, took him to his first game, took him to a VIP stadium tour, should we say. But Dad got quite choked up when he arrived at the ground that night because he'd never been to a Liverpool game before, and I've took him to 2 Liverpool games, and I was hoping to take him to this one this year, but he was still a bit sceptical about the whole COVID shite, should I say. But he has made a point that he did say he was going to start going to games next season, so that was my way of sort of saying to Dad, thanks for obviously bringing me up. It's your big birthday, 60. And again, I wanted to take you to a game because obviously you couldn't take me to a game whenever you were obviously out working hard and trying to pay the bills and put bread on the table and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The food on the table, should we say? But yeah, I've supported Liverpool all my life as a kid. I'm a massive Liverpool fan now, as you all know by watching our videos. So yeah, thanks for your email. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm hoping Everton stay in the Premier League this year. I really want to see them stay up, even though you haven't won a trophy since 1995, but we'll say no more about that. I'm kidding. It's all a bit of banter. So it is. Everton were actually a really big team back in the day. Yeah, it's crazy like how much now, but the situation they're in right now, because they're a massive club. And it's going to seem really strange though, when Goodison Park's no longer there anymore and it's gone, and they're down at Bramley-Moore Dock and the old Goodison Park's away. Strange. Anyway, thanks for your email. I do appreciate it. And thanks for your support towards the channel. It means a lot. Guys, I'm going to hit the road here now because I've been recording nearly here an hour and I got to go and get this put together and get on the rest of my day because I got a lot of work on today and I got a lot of other stuff on too as well. On Thursday's podcast, I got quite a lot to talk about. If you want to get in touch with me about any of the things I talked about on the show today, you can certainly give us an email, moorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. You can contact me on the social media feeds. And again, if you're listening to us here on Spotify, Apple Music, add us to your favourites. If you're on TuneIn Radio, add us to your favourites right now. And also if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe below, guys. I would appreciate it. We're hoping to get some of the summer merch released here very, very soon. I was talking to a guy actually 2 days ago about the summer merch. Last year's summer merchandise sold very, very well last year. We sold shorts, t-shirts, etc. We sold quite a lot of them last year. So if you want to get some of the summer wear coming up very soon, it will be available on the Moor Army website, which you can go on there and purchase all your merchandise. I'm going to get a couple of t-shirts and stuff myself for the Moor Army for the old holiday this summer. Going to be doing a bit of promotional work as I'm out on holiday this year, so showing off my merch. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go here now. So don't forget, on Thursday we've got Jackass of the Week coming up too as well. If you want to put a suggestion in for Jackass of the Week, you can certainly do that. I think we probably made a decision who Jackass of the Week is going to be anyway, but if you would like to make a suggestion, certainly send me across an email and I will get back to you on Thursday. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on Thursday actually to talk a bit more and obviously do the Jackass of the Week too as well. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening as always. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to listen to this podcast. I've unloaded a bit more off my chest now about them fucking morons from yesterday. I'm going to go here now and get my day underway. So once again, guys, thank you for taking your time out of your day to listen to this podcast. And until Thursday, I will see you back here for another podcast. Don't forget to stay tuned for the vlogs coming up the channel as well over the next couple of days. And until Thursday, guys, I will see you back here for another podcast. Thanks for listening, guys.